Hey guys, for cheap games and Xbox Live codes, please visit the link in the description below to cdkeys.com. Hey guys, it's Pure Venom. I'm going to be bringing you a video on Adobe Premiere Pro and my settings that I use to export all my files. Also, some of the little tweaks that I do to my videos, because we all know I use everything right off a cell phone. My Google Pixel XL actually has a very good camera. Enjoy it a lot. We'll be getting some more videos out here shortly for it. So let me get that plugged back in and let's get this going. Okay, so I'm going to load up my Adobe Premiere 2017. I believe this has update 1 or update 2. All I know is it's the most updated version that you can get to the actual software. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to my 4K footage. Now this was for work purposes. Microsoft had a little contest going on where we made videos and stuff, and as you guys can see, you know, I have my little work projects here. So I have all my video footage that we have here, everything that we spliced and cut together, and also little audio files that I've added into the actual video and things like that. So if we actually go to just one of the file clips, as you guys can see, I do a little bit with the audio, so I do some voice enhancements just so everything sounds a little bit better. And it also takes out a lot of the background noise, so typically the hums or anything along those lines. Also, with the video effects, I played around with a little bit of the scaling on this one. This was just due to the fact that it was like a Skype call, so we needed side-by-side type stuff. For the other video here, a little bit more of a lighting type situation where we needed to play around with the lighting so everything looked a little bit better. Also, that the lighting wasn't too bright or too dark so that you were able to see everything in the contrast of things. But I do still have my audio enhancers, video effects. Also, one of the other big things is that with most of my videos, I actually use HDR for my color correction. So I use the luminosity or whatever color calibrations that Adobe has pre-built in. But I make sure that all my content is full HDR support. So later down the road, when monitors support it, my content's already available for that. Outside of that, we're just going to go right to my export files here and show you exactly how I export everything out and how everything looks and plays. So you can choose any type of file format as you want here. I typically choose H.264 encoding. That's just because YouTube really likes it. Also, it's a very nice, clean file size. It's not like anything too crazy. I don't lose a lot on the compression. Also, with most of my footage, it's all shot in H.264, so makes it a little bit easier for conversions. Outside of that, I use a basic preset. It's the YouTube 1080p. I made a copy of it so I can actually change around the settings to my likings, not to what Adobe believes is the correct settings for things. So if I go down here, we go to our basic video settings. Now everything else I've left the same: audio, manipulator, the captions, the publisher, that type of stuff. It's all the same. I don't change any of that. I just primarily change more of the video. Now I do eventually plan on putting a watermark in here and things like that to my videos. So if you look at it, I have the 60 FPS for my frame rate. Now most of my footage is always shot at 60 FPS. So my phone shoots at 60 FPS. The only time that I don't have any 60 FPS footage would be coming off my web camera, but even my desktop recordings are all 60 FPS, so things look nice and clean. The square pixels I leave the same. The profile is high. Level is 4.2. I don't change anything here. But the bitrate, this is where I play around with it a little bit. So with most of my YouTube videos, I typically target at least 12 for my bitrate. My maximum will always be 16. That's for all the reviews that I do for you guys, and also that's going to be for any of the basic straightforward shots. Also, if I decide, if I'm going to do a full body shot, actually go in there and start talking to you guys, just a floating head type thing, I normally bump it up a little bit just so things look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer in the rendering process. So that's one of the other nice things about it. But for this video here, I left it at 20 because there was a little bit more of motions involved, and I wanted things to look smooth and clean. So that was my big thing. Outside of that, oops, let me leave that back at 20. I don't want to change that. Sorry about that, guys. That's what happens when you use a scroll wheel. And if you go down, you could do VR video, video in VR if you want to. You can choose that if you like. That's a new feature that they just updated for. Now, you can also use this maximum render quality. I haven't done any testing on it just yet. They just put it back into the software suite. So I'm going to actually do some exporting and exporting here shortly and testing out how efficient Adobe is with the old X79 chipset. And also I got some new toys. They're hiding behind me. We will talk about that in the next video. That's going to be the 100th video that I do make. And then also you can see that the file size is just right down here. I have it at about 400 megabytes for the estimated file size. Now, if you do play with the bit rate or change with the resolution or frame rates, it will go up, of course. But I work with everything on an SSD, so if anybody has any questions, no, it doesn't make any of your rendering time go faster. It's just there for easier workspace, also quieter operation of my computer. I let the server do all the extra work over there, so that's that Seagate server NAS that I plan on talking about here shortly with to you guys. But all I would do is just hit the export button. As you can see, it's doing the file compression. I'm going to hit cancel because I've already rendered out this file. But with a 2-minute file, it takes roughly about 4 minutes, so nothing too crazy. But since I'm recording here, I don't want my machine to freak out and, have some troubles. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys do have any questions, please comment down below, like, subscribe. Definitely helps me out. I do appreciate everybody for the support you guys have had so far. But enjoy the videos. I will also be getting the next video out here shortly. Peace out.